Hi there. My name is Jared Fuller. Many of you know me, many of you don't. I thank you for joining me in this video. I wanted to put together a video because it requires urgent and immediate awareness and attention for those of you who may not be aware and you are involuntarily thrust into the childhood cancer world. There is an individual that I've been speaking about for weeks in my Sunday video updates. His real name is Edward Porter. He goes by the alias name of Milk Tyson. And I decided that it was time, because there's a lot of people who may not be aware of the situation with this guy and his nonprofit organization called FAM, Fighting All Monsters. I wanted to put together this video to share with you, bring awareness to you about the kind of individual that this Milk Tyson guy is. And what I did was I put together some sound clips from... he was on a podcast called The Naughty Show, and there were a few key points that I wanted to address to all of you to make you aware that if you are in any way, shape, or form affiliated or associated with FAM or Milk Tyson, this is what you need to be aware of. This is serious stuff. And so I put together a few sound clips, or actually I recorded some sound clips off of the initial podcast, and I saved them in an MP3 format so that way I could show them to all of you instead of individually emailing bits and pieces of the podcast to you one by one. So listen to this and tell me what you think. First of all, he is a CEO of a nonprofit organization called FAM, Fighting All Monsters. So many people I know, and this is really just disgusting to me. It's heartbreaking. It makes my anxiety go through the roof. Many people have been brainwashed and manipulated by this guy because he got some children who are fighting cancer. He got them to appear on the Ellen Show. He sent out a bunch of money to people, unsuspecting people, that, you know, well, we could use a help and we need this. And so he sends them money. He gives people, he buys household appliances for people. He's doing all this good stuff because he's such a good person. But there are bits and pieces that you may not be aware of. And I want you to take a look, or at least take a listen, at some of the things he has to say. So, check this out.
According to Google, my job is extorting people.
According to Google, you say? Okay. Well, listen to this.
Oh, I got kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment. All my life, I swear to God.
So you sexually harass homeless people?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I sexually harassed anything. I was at a homeless shelter.
What were you doing there? Living there or working there? Or
No, I was living there.
How bizarre is that? According to Google, he is this kind of person, but he willfully, openly, gleefully, proudly just then admitted that he got kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment. That doesn't corroborate. That doesn't correlate. How do you gleefully take pride in being kicked out of a homeless shelter for predatory behavior? And then he continues on, of course, as you just heard, by saying, oh, I'll sexually harass anything. But according to Google, right? Isn't that what he just said? Oh, but it gets even worse than that. Listen to this.
Girls send me naked pictures.
Right.
All the time. And then if you act up, you're going to have to buy the pictures back.
And listen, guys, I know what you're thinking. Well, Jared, how old were the girls? Were they grown girls? Were they actual, adult women? Or were they underage? Listen, none of that should matter. In a conscious mind, clear mind, sound body, whatever, that is exploitation. Why are they sending him nude pictures to begin with? And why is he making those girls buy those pictures back from him? Now listen, I'm not trying to make you take this evidence that I just presented. I'm not trying to make you take this as, okay, well, now I have to hate him. I'm not trying to sway anybody into believing anything. I want you to take this evidence that I have just presented for you, and I want you to use it wisely, logically, and critically. Because this is the kind of crap we do not need in the childhood cancer world. We do not need predatory people like this guy entering into the childhood cancer world, taking advantage of vulnerable people. We don't need people like this guy taking advantage and preying on desperation of people when they are the most gullible, the most vulnerable. We don't need guys like this. You can go on hating me, or you can applaud this video, you can hate this video, you can do whatever you want to your heart's content, to your pretty little heart's desire. I don't care. I am sick and tired of people constantly defending this creep who goes on record as saying that he sexually harasses people, and then out of the blue, well, according to Google, this is what no, according to you, because you admitted it. You admitted every bit of it. And there is a link to the full podcast of The Naughty Show in the description of this video. I want you to listen to it. I want you to make your own judgment. If you are associated with Pham and Milk Tyson and you are overlooking this just because he helped you, he gave you money or bought you household appliances, and you still want him around your child or children, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Remove yourself out of my life. Because if you can't be more vigilant and use your head in making proper assessments about people like this who are coming onto the scene, they're trying to, they're trying to make a name for themselves by using your kids as pawns. If you can't use what you have been given logically and critically, I want nothing to do with you. This shit has got to stop. I am sick to death of biting my tongue. I am sick to death of people defending this guy and praising him. Oh, well, he got our kids on the Ellen Show. I don't care. I don't care if he got your kids on the Ellen Show. That does not erase or negate the fact that he is still a predator. Not just a sexual predator either. He has manipulated, he's brainwashed, he has scammed money out of people for years. There's a Facebook page called Milk Tyson Childhood Cancer, is it Childhood Cancer Advocate and Con Artist or something like Childhood Cancer Celebrity and Con Artist. I'm sorry, I got the name wrong. Check it out. There's all kinds of evidence there. And more Facebook pages are being designed to call out this creep, and they've got overwhelming mountains of evidence against him. They have evidence that entails and details the nature of this horrible, vindictive individual. You people have really got to do your homework. Because I'm telling you, guys like me, we're not going to be around forever. There's never going to always be someone to call out the absurdities and the atrocities of people, and you're going to go flying blind into something without actually researching somebody. The evidence is there, and the evidence is here. Those 3 sound clips, the ones that I thought were the most important, the ones that you should at least examine the most, I decided to keep those pieces of the podcast. It's a very long podcast. If you've got the time, pour yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, whatever, sit down, listen to it, and do with it what you are going to do with it. He is a vile, disgusting individual. And all you people who are defending him and praising him and allowing him around your kids, knowing what he's like, especially knowing about his past, and even before this video, if you knew about his past even before this, and you're still letting him around your children, you are just as vile and disgusting as he is, and I want nothing more to do with you ever again. This kind of crap needs to stop. You're all over Facebook posting about save the children. And you, as you should, save the children from sexual abuse and slavery. Save the children from rape. And more importantly, save the children from Milt Tyson, because he is no better. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I am tired of keeping my mouth shut because I'm living in fear that someone's going to hear what I have to say and they're not going to want to be friends with me anymore. You know what? I would rather not be friends with somebody who's going to defend a predator. I'm sorry. You are better off, and I'm better off without you. I don't want people like you in my life, in my circle, if you are willingly going to defend a predator. Take this video, make of it what you will, but it's there. The evidence is there. And I wouldn't have made this video if I didn't care. There's a lot of people out there who are falling, they are falling into this trap. People in the childhood cancer world are vulnerable. They're gullible. They need help. They are willing to reach out to anybody. And once these people are brainwashed into thinking that, well, this guy can never do wrong. You got this image of a person built up in your mind. You're delusional. He has gotten inside of your brain. He has made you think that he is the greatest person, that he's changing the world. He's not doing shit but making himself look good at the expense of your children and your vulnerability and your gullibility. And I choke up even talking about it because this kind of crap needs to stop. It needs to go away. One more time, whose fault was it? It's not his fault. He just admitted it, but according to whom?
According to Google, my job is extorting people.
Wrong. According to Milt Tyson, your job is exploiting people. Preying on vulnerable, weak-minded individuals who cannot think for themselves. And according to me and anybody else who understands where I'm coming from, my job is to expose creeps like you. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and be careful out there. Be safe. Do your homework. Don't let people like this get away with doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. Take care. See you on Sunday.
According to Google, my job is extorting people. Oh, I got kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment. All my life, I swear to God.
So you sexually harass homeless people?
Yeah.
Who was
I
it?
sexually harassed anything. I was at a homeless shelter.
What were you doing there? Living there or working there? Or
No, I was
just-
living there. Girls send me naked pictures
Right.
all the time. And then if you act up, you're going to have to buy the pictures back.